Is not helping crews trying to figure out how to remove this crane from a Lauderhill neighborhood. It collapsed onto two homes yesterday afternoon. CBS 4's Rielle Creighton is live there for us. And Rielle, residents are still without power, right?
Well, Elliot, actually, we just got an update from FP&L telling us that all the power, at least in this area, has now since been restored. This is we are now finally also getting some insight into why this happened. You can take a look because while there is a little work going on out here, this is mostly just planning. The company that owns the crane, Sims Crane and Equipment, was not willing to issue a formal statement, but someone there telling us that this was a ground collapse under the machine that brought it down. FP&L says they were able to overnight remove two pieces of the boom, but the majority remains as the progress to clean this up is slow. On a wet Thursday morning, the massive undertaking to dismantle the 160-ton capacity toppled crane at a standstill. Crews hampered by rain and lightning. Chopper 4 over the scene in Northwest 11th Street and 43rd Avenue, where very little has changed since it first came crashing down at 3:30 Wednesday afternoon. Flipped on its side, the boom or extension still straddling the same two houses, where one person suffered a minor injury. The crane operator treated and released on the scene.
Doing what we usually do during a hurricane. No different. Talking to the neighbors, seeing if anybody needs anything, and just waiting.
Brandy Ricketts lives across the street. The accident not just affecting the families who live here, but now the entire neighborhood.
I did get the boil water notice, but I don't have any water to boil.
No power or water, and the city telling them if they have it, don't drink it. A precautionary boil water advisory issued after officials say the collapse ruptured a water main. Lauderhill Fire says the crane was in the area working with Florida Power and Light replacing power poles when it lost stability. Ricketts says she talked to workers before it happened.
They said something about the ground being soft, but I would think that's something you test before you bring a crane in.
Meantime, a family out of a house. This woman telling CBS 4 News her nephew was the only one there at the time, hospitalized after part of the ceiling fell on top of him.
They said that we're not even able to get in, even after they lift up the crane. We're not even sure we're going to be able to get in.
A family of 6 living there. She says Sims, the company that owns the crane, again, has put the family up in the hotel with no estimate, though, on when they'd be able to get back in. She also tells us now they are consulting an attorney. Meantime, again, the company Sims not willing to issue a formal statement, but told us that their main concern right now is for the families and to try to get this cleared as quickly as possible. But they also say that no one should expect that to happen fast. Live in Lauderhill, Rielle Creighton, CBS 4 News.